IVM.
Hello and welcome to the Habit Coach Podcast, the bite-sized podcast filled with quick and easy, actionable habits. Remember, great habits create that awesome life. I am Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach. Today's fun fact of the day has to do with the color blue. Did you know that the most ancient cultures had no word to describe the word blue? Nowhere in Greek mythology is the word to describe blue used. They talk about red, black, white. This led to the question, if we don't have a name for something, do we recognize it at all? So a research study was conducted on the Himba tribe of Namibia. Their language also had no word for the color blue. Richard Davidoff created an experiment where 11 squares were placed in a circle. 10 of them were green and 1 was blue in color. The members of the tribe were asked to point out the odd color. They could not point out the color blue. However, the same tribe has way more words to describe the shades of green than we do. As a result, they can notice a subtle shift in the color of green more than we can. Which means if we don't have a word for it, we can't see it. Think about what that means. We have to constantly expand our consciousness to see more. We have to learn more to see more. This podcast was inspired by the festival of Holi, where the drab, dull streets of cities, towns and villages in India will be filled with bright colors of pink, blue, green and every color in between. Our WhatsApp messages will be filled with people describing how the colors of the world should bring joy to our lives, the triumph over good and evil and all that jazz. I think Holi is a good reminder to add color to our lives every single day. We live our lives in shades of white, black and maybe a few colors. Monocolor lives, monotonous lives. Every day, wake up, do the same things and go to bed at night. Nothing new, no variety, no change. We feel stuck in a rut, stuck in a cycle. Believe that this is what life is supposed to be. It's this colorless existence that sucks the life out of us. I know what it feels like. I have been there many times in my life. It makes you feel disconnected from the world. Then, we live vicariously through what others are doing. We long to go on a holiday somewhere to break that monotony. FOMO, or the fear of missing out, becomes a daily companion of ours. We need to break out of the cycle of monotony and fill our days with things that bring us joy. We can't reserve joy for a someday in the future. Joy has to be something we feel every day, every single day. We do this by identifying what are the things that bring joy to our lives. Then smearing our day with these activities, just like we smear paint on the faces of our loved ones on Holi. Here are 3 of my favorite ways to bring color to my life. The first is friends. I feel human interaction, making new friends, learning new things about old friends, spending time with people at a purely human level are some of the most amazing ways to add color to our life. You go beyond your daily life to understand the life of another. There are times you will laugh together, be angry together, cry together, have the right friends around, and life will never be monotonous. Next, hobbies. I use hobbies to fill my day with interesting things to do. They help me unwind. I try and learn or create a new hobby every few months. Like I'm learning archery right now, or a musical instrument called the ukulele. When hiring people for a job, we often ask, what are your hobbies? I find it amazing that most people don't have hobbies. Try creating new hobbies. It could be cooking, exercising, gardening, baking. Just find something that brings you joy. The last thing I do to break monotony is learn something new. Learning new things keeps my mind fertile. It helps me look at the world in a new way. Last month, I was going through a phase of feeling low and burnt out. Creating and putting out so much content like I do on YouTube, podcasts, Instagram, writing articles, and all of it was just draining me. And I could not figure out why I was feeling tired and low. And that's when I realized that I had stopped learning. I'd gotten so busy that I'd stopped reading or doing online courses. As soon as I focused on it, back again, the tiredness went away. The monotony was broken. As your habit coach, I want you to live a colorful life, full of new interesting things. No more monotony. So your simple habit starts by identifying things that bring you joy and making them a daily part of your life. Importantly, these could be things that you can do every day, not things reserved for special occasions. So traveling on holidays is not something that you can do every day. Hence, it is not a part of this list. Life is not meant to be boring. Let's spice it up with fun things to do. Plan this into your everyday life and enjoy. If you like to share what you do for fun, send me a message or a picture of you doing it. I'm super curious to know what you do to bring these bright colors into your life. So start these habits and share with us your progress using the hashtag #TheHabitCoach. If you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I am Ashdin Doc on Twitter and Instagram. You can find lots more information on my website, awesome180.com, or check out different content on my YouTube channel called AWESOME180. That's Awesome180.
रिश्ते में तो हम तुम्हारे पॉडकास्ट लगते हैं. नाम है फुटबॉल शुटबॉल.
Presenting Football Should Ball, a show about three friends discussing our favorite game over a beer. Sometimes three, maybe even five. Hi, I'm Shiva, and with me are my two sidekicks, Gaurav Sapre and Karthik Iyer.
Sidekick? You mean like Batman's Robin or Van Persie Robin?
No, I mean like Alexis Sanchez, but with a little more skill than just playing the piano.
Ha! Just shows how the best players at Arsenal are mere bench warmers at United.
Oh, thank you, Iyer. But you're a Fulham supporter, so whenever you say anything to support me, I question my beliefs.
Just like how Griezmann would say, एक बार मैंने जो decision ले लिया, तो मैं अपने आप की भी नहीं सुनता.
Banter aside, we will talk match reports, transfer rumors, top controversies, fantasy football picks, and so much more. So grab a beer and tune in to Football Should Ball every Wednesday on the IVM Podcast app, website, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Look! Up on the internet! It's a meme! No! It's a cat video! No! It's the Geek Fruit Podcast!
That's right, we interrupt this riveting broadcast to tell you about our show, The Geek Fruit Podcast, where Tejas, Dinkar and I, Jishnu, talk about everything in pop culture, including DC, Marvel, Star Wars, Netflix, and everything in between.
You know how your friends hate it when you ramble about some nerdy crap and you just want somebody to listen to you? Well, sorry, there's nothing we can do about that, but come listen to us ramble and it'll almost be like the real thing. Kind of.
Listen to new episodes of the Geek Fruit Podcast every Monday and the Geek Fruit Bulletin every Thursday on iTunes, Google Podcasts, the IVM app, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Happy listening, you nerds.